At age 8, I remember my grandmother telling me that she was embarrassed that I had her name because I cried too much. So every time I begin to cry, I carry her words with me like a backpack, and I mumble to myself, your name is Patricia, and your grandmother would be upset if she knows you're still crying over little things. At age 14, I found out what the word depression meant. Flipping the page back to my high school psychiatrist, Amber, a short, brunette, bigger white woman, decided to secretly invite my mother into our weekly meetings. As I walked past Amber's office door, I can see my mother sitting there staring at me as if to say, surprise, I'm here. I had to call off work for this, and me wondering how the hell she got there in the first place. This was a trap. I should have ran out the door. This was a trap. I remember the room being smaller than I remember it to be. Like, there was just enough room for all three of us, and we all sat comfortably on couches, and the only thing missing from the meeting was my voice. I lost it when I realized this was not going to be a good conversation, and I didn't have the time to prepare myself for the storm. I can still hear my psychiatrist talking to my mother. Patricia has shown signs of depression, and I think we should start on an antidepressant called Lexapro. I remember how quickly my mother nodded her head and took the prescription. This felt like betrayal, like, how dare you let someone tell you that your firstborn daughter is crazy? I am not crazy. Mommy, I am not crazy. I will not take the pills. I am not taking the pills. I am not crazy. The psychiatrist is wrong. I am not crazy. Eventually, I learned to swallow the pills along with my pride and be quiet. Each pill engraved the message, something is wrong with you, something is wrong with you, something is wrong with you, and it cannot be fixed. The psychiatrist calls it a chemical imbalance in the brain. That's just a nicer, dressed up, sugar-coated way of saying crazy. Society never tells depressed people that they are crazy, just hides behind technical terms like chemical imbalance. At age 18, depression had finally took its toll on me. You see, it held meetings behind my back with my social anxiety and self-doubt, plotting a way to murder me. They finally caught me off guard in a bathroom and convinced me that swallowing an entire bottle of Lexapro on an empty stomach was a good idea. I could have died that day. This was the first time that I ever prayed to God for a second chance. I could have died that day. I can still feel the vomit in my throat sometimes. I can feel a burning of my stomach sometimes, and the battle with my lungs today to throw up this poem, this story, to be heard, to say something, because this is the only way I know how to fully live. Now at age 21, I still find it hard to get out of bed in the morning, to find reasons worth living. And every time I want to cry, I think about my psychiatrist. I can't cry. Crying led to pills. I can't cry. My grandmother will be upset if she knows I'm still crying over little things. I can't cry. At age 14, I found out what the word depression meant. Not the actual term, but the feeling. It feels like begging to be anyone but yourself. It feels like knowing that you'll never be good enough for anything. It feels like knowing that the only thing that you could ever get close to is your blanket, and it won't leave you. This is what my depression has looked like for the past 7 years. And I am so tired of hiding it. So I decided to free it with this poem.